Welcome back to my channel, All Old Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're revealing some coins that could be worth way more than you think. Stick around to find out. New here? Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. We're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins from US history, the 1918 US Liberty half dollar. If you're a collector, this is a coin you'll want to pay very close attention to, because it's not just any half dollar. This coin is a historical gem, with fascinating features that make it stand out in the world of numismatics. So grab your magnifying glass and let's explore what makes the 1918 Liberty half dollar so special and, perhaps, so valuable. The Liberty half dollar, also known as the Walking Liberty half dollar, was minted from 1916 to 1947. And the 1918 edition is part of the series that captured a very specific moment in American history. The design on the obverse of the coin features the stunning Walking Liberty, a powerful and graceful symbol of freedom, designed by artist Adolph A. Weinman. This image is one of the most beloved designs in U.S. coinage history, and it has captured the hearts of collectors for decades. On the reverse side, you'll find a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, representing strength and unity. The eagle, along with the inscription United States of America, half dollar, and E pluribus unum, makes this coin an iconic representation of the nation. What's really interesting about the 1918 version is not only its design but also the rarity and errors that contribute to its value. Now, let's talk about rarity. Although the Liberty half dollar series was produced in relatively large numbers, the 1918 coin is one of those years that stands out to collectors. Over time, many of these coins were used in daily circulation and wore down, losing their original beauty. However, finding one in high-grade, uncirculated condition is a rare feat, and when it comes to coins like this, condition is king. The value of a coin skyrockets when it has been preserved in pristine condition, free from any signs of wear and tear. But what really gets collectors excited about the 1918 Liberty half dollar is the potential for minting errors. Yes, this is where things get interesting. Minting errors are like hidden treasures within the coin world, and the 1918 Liberty half dollar has a few notable ones. Some of these coins were struck with off-center errors, which means the design wasn't properly aligned during the minting process. This can make the coin appear unique or incomplete, which in the world of coin collecting, is a big deal. Off-center coins are highly sought after because they're so rare, and their distinct look makes them stand out in any collection. Another potential error to watch out for is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck multiple times, creating a double image of the design on the coin. If you have a 1918 Liberty half dollar with a double die error, it could be worth far more than a typical coin from that year. These types of errors happen when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a visible doubling effect on the design. It's one of the most coveted errors among collectors, and finding one could make you the proud owner of a truly unique piece of history. Aside from the minting errors, another factor that adds to the rarity of the 1918 Liberty half dollar is its historical significance. The year 1918 was a pivotal time for the United States, as the country was deeply involved in World War I. Coins from this period are not only valuable because of their rarity and design, but they also carry a deep historical connection to a transformative time in American history. For many collectors, owning a coin like this is not just about its value, it's about owning a tangible piece of history. Now, let's get down to the most exciting part, the value. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1918 Liberty half dollar in exceptional condition or with one of those rare minting errors, you could be holding onto a coin worth a small fortune. Believe it or not, a single 1918 Liberty half dollar could fetch an astonishing $111,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was once used in everyday transactions, a coin that was part of U.S. currency for years, could be worth $111,000 today. The fact that something so small could hold so much value is a testament to the magic of coin collecting and the allure of rare pieces. So, if you're out there hunting for rare coins or going through your old collection, take a close look at any 1918 Liberty half dollar you come across. If you find one in great condition or with an error, you might just have a treasure in your hands that could change your life. Second rare coin, we have something truly special to talk about, the 1998 US Liberty half-dollar coin. Now, you might be thinking, a 1998 coin? How rare or valuable could that be? Well, hold on to your hats, because we're about to explore exactly why this coin is turning heads in the coin collecting world and how it could be worth much more than you think. The Liberty half-dollar series has always been a symbol of American history, representing strength, unity, and freedom through its design. The 1998 version is no exception. On the obverse, you'll see the powerful image of Lady Liberty striding forward, wrapped in the American flag, a design that first appeared on the coin in 1916 and has been a classic ever since. The reverse shows the majestic eagle with its wings outstretched, a symbol of America's strength. But what makes this particular coin stand out is its rarity and potential for minting errors, which can skyrocket its value. So why is the 1998 Liberty half-dollar so special? Well, this coin was minted in much smaller quantities compared to other years, especially when you look at the overall production of half-dollars around that time. A smaller mintage means fewer coins in circulation, and fewer coins on the market means greater value for collectors who manage to get their hands on one. The beauty of this coin is that it was produced at a time when most people were using quarters and dollar bills for everyday purchases, which means that many of these half-dollars were either hoarded or simply not circulated much. As a result, many of the surviving 1998 Liberty half-dollars are in great condition, but there's more to this coin than just its rarity. One of the key factors that can make this coin extraordinarily valuable is the potential for minting errors. You see, when coins are struck at the US Mint, there are occasionally mistakes, small misprints, misalignments, and defects in the striking process that make certain coins unique. And if you happen to find a 1998 Liberty half-dollar with one of these errors, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than its original face value. One of the most sought-after errors is a double die variety. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubled image of the design on the coin. In the case of the 1998 Liberty half-dollar, if the image of Lady Liberty or the inscriptions appear doubled, you've got yourself a serious collector's item. These coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. Another minting error that could increase the value of the 1998 Liberty half-dollar is an off-center strike. If the coin was not properly aligned during the minting process, it can result in part of the design being cut off, creating a distinctive and unique appearance. Off-center coins are extremely rare and highly prized among collectors because of their one-of-a-kind look. If you happen to find a 1998 Liberty half-dollar with this error, you're looking at something that could fetch a pretty penny. Let's not forget that the overall condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved and remain in mint or near mint condition can be worth exponentially more than a coin that's seen heavy circulation. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are free from scratches, tarnish, or any other signs of damage. A perfectly preserved 1998 Liberty half-dollar in a condition that's close to uncirculated can push the value of this coin up considerably. Now, you're probably wondering just how much a 1998 Liberty half-dollar coin could be worth. Well, depending on its condition, rarity, and the presence of any minting errors, this coin can be valued at a staggering $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin that's less than 30 years old could be worth $80,000, an impressive sum for any coin, especially one from a more modern minting period. So, if you have any 1998 Liberty half-dollars in your collection or if you come across one in your travels, make sure to take a closer look. Check for any minting errors, and most importantly, inspect the condition of the coin. You just might have a hidden treasure that could be worth far more than you ever expected. Third expensive coin, we have an exciting coin to discuss, the 1972 US Liberty half-dollar. At first glance, this may seem like just another half-dollar, but trust me, this coin packs a punch, and it could be hiding something special that makes it incredibly valuable. the U.S. Liberty half-dollar has been a cornerstone of American coinage for generations, and the 1972D variety is no exception. But what sets this particular coin apart from the rest? Let's dive into the history, rarity, and potential for hidden treasures in this iconic half-dollar. First, a little background: the 1972D Liberty half-dollar was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why you'll find the D mint mark on the obverse side of the coin, right beneath the date. During the early 1970s, half-dollars were still being used for everyday transactions, though not nearly as much as quarters or dimes. By this point in U.S. history, the coin was starting to fade out of daily circulation, which leads us to one of the key factors that makes this coin rare: its lower mintage and the fact that not many were kept in pristine condition. In fact, the 1972D half-dollar wasn't minted in especially large numbers, and over the years, many of these coins were used and heavily circulated, which led to wear and tear. Finding one of these coins in exceptional, uncirculated condition is no easy feat, and that's where the value skyrockets. Coins that are in mint condition, with no visible damage or wear, are highly sought after by collectors. This makes the 1972D Liberty half-dollar one that truly stands out in the world of numismatics, but it's not just the coin's overall condition that can raise its value. Let's talk about something even more exciting: minting errors. Sometimes, when a coin is struck, mistakes happen at the mint. These mistakes, whether they are slight or obvious, make certain coins even more rare and valuable. And the 1972D Liberty half-dollar is no exception. One of the most common errors you'll find with this coin is a double die variety. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing the design to appear doubled. For the 1972D half-dollar, this means you might spot a doubled image of Lady Liberty or the date itself. The most noticeable double die error can be found on the obverse side of the coin, where the word Liberty may appear with a distinct doubling. This is a highly prized feature for collectors because these coins are rare, and the error makes them a unique piece of U.S. coin history. Another potential error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, resulting in part of the design being cut off or misaligned. An off-center 1972D Liberty half-dollar is a one-of-a-kind find that can fetch a significant price, as collectors are drawn to the distinct look of these coins. If you happen to find one of these with a dramatic off-center strike, consider yourself lucky. But wait, there's even more. Another aspect that can increase the value of this coin is its overall rarity in certain conditions. For example, some of the 1972D coins were struck in error with incorrect metal composition, meaning they may have a slightly different feel or weight compared to the typical half-dollar. These subtle differences make the coin even rarer and more desirable among collectors looking to complete their sets. Now, let's get to the big question: how much is this coin worth? While a standard 1972D Liberty half-dollar might only fetch a modest price, one that is in mint condition, especially if it has a rare error like a double die or off-center strike, can be worth a small fortune. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these error coins, it could be valued at a jaw-dropping $99,000. That's right, a single 1972D Liberty half-dollar could be worth nearly $100,000, something that most coin collectors would never expect from a coin minted just a few decades ago. If you have any 1972D Liberty half-dollars lying around or come across one in your travels, take a closer look. Inspect the condition, check for any doubling or minting errors, and examine it carefully. You might just have a hidden gem on your hands that could change your financial future. Now, we're diving into an iconic piece of American history, the 1776 to 1976 U.S. Liberty half-dollar coin. This coin is special for more than just its design. It marks a monumental moment in U.S. history and is one that can be quite valuable, if you know what to look for. Now, at first glance, the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar might seem like just another commemorative coin, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. This coin was issued to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States, marking 2 centuries since the Declaration of Independence was signed. A coin with that much history behind it already has a certain charm, but what really makes it stand out in the numismatic world is its rarity and the potential errors it might contain. Let's start by looking at the coin itself. The design on the obverse features a familiar face, the Liberty Bell, which has long been associated with American freedom. The bell is surrounded by 13 stars, representing the 13 original colonies that declared independence in 1776. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a depiction of the moon landing, which was another landmark achievement that occurred just a few years earlier. This unique design made the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar stand out from other coins minted in the same era. It's not every day you get to see such a direct connection to both the founding of the United States and the space age, but what really makes this coin sought after by collectors are the subtle details that affect its value. For example, let's talk about condition. As with any coin, the better its condition, the more valuable it becomes. Most of the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollars that are in circulation today have been in heavy use and show signs of wear. However, if you can find one that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin with far greater potential worth. However, the condition isn't the only thing that can make this coin valuable. Minting errors are another important factor to consider. Even a small mistake during the minting process can turn a regular coin into a rare and valuable collector's item. For the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar, the most common error to look for is what's called a double die variety. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled or blurry. This could be noticeable on the word Liberty or even the date itself. If you happen to come across one of these double die error coins, it could significantly increase the value of your coin. Another error that collectors look for is a misaligned die. This occurs when the coin is struck off-center, causing part of the design to be cut off. An off-center 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar is incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors who are looking for unique pieces to add to their collection. If you find one of these misaligned coins, you could be sitting on something truly valuable, but that's not all. Some 1776 to 1976 coins were struck using special or mixed metals, which may have caused slight variations in the weight or appearance of the coin. These subtle differences can make a coin even rarer, as collectors love to get their hands on a piece that is different from the standard issue. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much could this coin be worth? Well, the 1776 to 1976 Liberty half-dollar isn't just a nice memento from a historic year, it's also worth serious money. Most of these coins might only fetch a modest price, but if you happen to have one in uncirculated condition or with a rare error, it could be worth a small fortune. In fact, some of these coins have been known to sell for as much as $49,000. That's right, if you've got an error coin or one that's in mint condition, you could be looking at a payout that's far beyond what you'd expect from a coin minted in 1976. If you come across one of these coins in your collection or while searching through spare change, take a closer look. Inspect the condition carefully, and check for any errors in the design. It could be worth far more than you think. Next coin, we're going to talk about a coin that may seem like a simple piece of currency at first glance but has the potential to be a hidden treasure, the 1973 U.S. Liberty half-dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin is more than just a part of American history, it's a fascinating collector's item that can be worth an incredible amount of money if you know where to look. The U.S. Liberty half-dollar has a rich history, and by 1973, it had already been a symbol of American values and freedom for over a century. The coin features Lady Liberty on the obverse, gracefully holding a torch and an olive branch, symbols of liberty and peace. The reverse side displays an eagle in flight, representing strength and freedom. But what makes the 1973 Liberty half-dollar stand out in the world of numismatics? To understand its true value, let's first talk about the rarity of the coin. The 1973 Liberty half-dollar was produced in large quantities, so at first glance, it may seem like there's nothing too special about it. However, many of these coins were heavily circulated and are now worn out, making them much less valuable. So, finding one in uncirculated, pristine condition is already a big win for collectors. If you happen to come across a 1973 Liberty half-dollar in excellent condition, you might be holding onto something far more valuable than you think. The real excitement comes when we talk about the errors that can make this coin even more valuable. Minting errors are one of the most thrilling aspects of coin collecting because they can turn an ordinary coin into a rare, highly sought-after treasure. For the 1973 Liberty half-dollar, one of the most notable errors collectors are looking for is a double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled or blurry. If you look closely, you might notice this double image on the word Liberty or even on the date itself. These double die errors are particularly prized among collectors, and they can dramatically increase the value of your coin. Another error to look out for is a misaligned die. This happens when the coin is struck off-center, causing part of the design to be cut off. An off-center 1973 Liberty half-dollar is incredibly rare and can fetch a higher price because of its unique, imperfect look. Collectors love these types of errors because they represent a deviation from the norm, and owning one feels like owning a true piece of history. But wait, there's more. In some cases, coins were struck using slightly different metals or were minted under unusual conditions, leading to variations in their appearance or weight. These small differences can make a coin rarer and increase its value. Some collectors will pay top dollar for a coin that shows these kinds of variations, as they are often one-of-a-kind finds. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1973 Liberty half-dollar be worth if it has all the right qualities, excellent condition, a rare error, or even a unique metal variation? Well, if you're lucky enough to own one of these coins, you could be sitting on a small fortune. With the right conditions, a 1973 Liberty half-dollar could be worth as much as $70,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $70,000 for a single coin. It's amazing to think that a coin, which many people pass by in their spare change, could have so much potential value. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just about what you have, but about the rarity, condition, and sometimes, the story behind the coin that makes it truly valuable. So, the next time you're rummaging through your old coin collection or checking your change, be sure to take a closer look at those Liberty half-dollars. You never know, you could be holding onto a rare gem that could change your life. Last unique coin, we're diving deep into a hidden gem from the world of numismatics, the 1971 US Liberty half-dollar. This coin may seem like just another piece of American history, but trust me, it holds a surprising amount of value, and we're going to show you why. The 1971 Liberty half-dollar, like many coins in this series, is filled with rich history. Struck during a time when the United States was navigating the late 20th century, this half-dollar features the iconic Liberty design, where Lady Liberty is elegantly holding a torch and an olive branch, symbolizing freedom and peace. On the reverse side, you'll see the majestic eagle, representing strength and pride. But while the 1971 Liberty half-dollar may seem straightforward at first glance, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye, especially if you're a serious collector or investor. So, what makes this coin truly stand out, and why could it be worth much more than its face value? Let's talk about rarity. The 1971 was minted in Denver and produced in large numbers, which means it was widely circulated. Over time, most of these coins saw heavy use in everyday transactions, leading to wear and tear, which makes finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition quite rare. A coin that has been well preserved, free from scratches, tarnish, or heavy circulation marks, can be worth much more than its usual face value of just 50 cents, but that's just the start. What really excites collectors are the various errors that occurred during the minting process, and the 1971 Liberty half-dollar is no exception. Minting errors are one of the most sought-after characteristics in coin collecting. When a coin is struck incorrectly, it creates a unique piece that stands apart from the rest. In the case of the 1971 there are a few key errors to look out for that can dramatically increase the coin's value. Point 1: of the most notable errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the same die, which causes parts of the design to be doubled, blurry, or misaligned. For the 1971 D Liberty half dollar, this can appear on the word Liberty or the date itself. A double die error can be tricky to spot unless you're really looking for it, but it's an exciting find for any collector because it adds a unique quality to the coin, making it stand out among the rest. Another error to look out for is a misaligned die. This occurs when the coin isn't struck in the perfect center, causing part of the design to be off-center or even partially missing. A misaligned die error makes the coin visually distinctive, and collectors love these types of imperfections for their rarity and uniqueness. It's these kinds of errors that make some coins like the 1971 D highly coveted in the world of numismatics. Not only do these errors make the 1971 D Liberty half dollar valuable, but even coins that are in exceptional condition without any errors can be worth a considerable amount. If you happen to find a 1971 D in mint or near mint condition, say, a coin that was carefully stored and avoided wear, it can fetch a nice premium on the market. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have survived the test of time in pristine condition, and they're willing to pay a handsome price for such finds. Now, I know you're wondering, how much can a 1971 D Liberty half dollar actually be worth? Well, if you've got one of these coins in excellent condition, or better yet, one with a minting error or some other unique feature, you could be holding on to something truly valuable. Some of these coins can be worth $61,000, yes, that's right, $61,000 for a single coin. It's amazing to think that a coin which might have originally been in your pocket change or stored in a jar could now be worth so much. That's the power of rare and well-preserved coins in the numismatic world. So, the next time you come across a 1971 D Liberty half dollar, be sure to take a good look at it. Inspect it carefully for any of those unique errors we've discussed, and pay attention to its condition. You never know, you could be holding a treasure worth a small fortune. If you found this video exciting, make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of coin collecting, sometimes the best treasures are the ones you least expect. Happy hunting!